Hello everyone, today's video is about autumn cutback of herbaceous plants, especially Crocosmia and also some Hypericum amongst others. There's also some tips on a couple of other little surprises we found in the flower bed during the filming of this video. Hello, welcome to John Horsey Horticulture. John's been teaching horticulture professionally for over 30 years now, and on this channel we hope we can help you develop your gardening skills by showing you some different propagation techniques, by helping you grow some vegetables, a little bit of pest control, general plant care throughout the seasons to keep your plants happy and healthy. And if you'd like learning those things, do consider following us. There's no charge, just press the subscribe button, and don't forget to press the all-important notification bell. It just lets you know every time we upload a new video.
Back in the garden again, and it's getting what I call the tail end of the year. Things are dying back and it's time to start tidying up and cutting some stuff back. Now in this bed here, which is a bit of a mess at the moment, it's been glorious through the summer, but now it's a bit of a mess. I've got some agapanthus here. These are still got a bit of green in them, so I'm going to leave those a little bit longer. But over here I've got a mass of Crocosmias, and you can see the colours going on them. They've got a bit of mildew in some of them, they've been so close together. So these are going to be cut right back now, cleared out and allowed to grow up over winter. Then they'll grow up again next spring. The Crocosmias are very vigorous. This one's one called Lucifer, which is, you can see that one's going back completely. It's almost impossible to kill that stuff. You could almost cut it back after it's finished flowering. But it's time now to take it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in there, I'm going to cut that back. I'm also going to take out some of this Hypericum here. That's really gone over. And I just feel as I want to get the place a bit tidy now. It's quite a central area here, and you know, we're brushing past it when it's wet and horrible. So time to tidy up. So in we go. We're looking really at getting close to the ground. Some of them will break off, but there we go, nice and close to the ground. Cut them right out and they'll die right back. If you look in the base of here, you see you've got lots of these corms have pushed their way up. They really are overcrowded, they want splitting. See, these have come out of the ground. They could all be actually planted on and they'll grow quite nicely, but really you need to get that plant out, lift it up and move it around a bit. We'll do that in the spring when they get growing again. I'm going to take this and drain this Hypericum back quite tight. I know every year I do this and it still comes up strong next year. Really it's just a question of cutting all this old stuff out and letting it some air in. Look a bit tidier. I mean, some herbaceous plants we can leave in. If they've got very attractive flower heads, which this really hasn't, they can look quite nice with the frost on them. And also, sometimes they're food stuff for birds and hibernating places for insects. Now in the middle of all this we've got a little fern. I'm going to leave that little fern because it'll be a bit of interest during the winter when not much else is there, and they're really quite attractive things. It's self-seeded, has a lot of stuff in this garden is, but it's quite attractive, so that'll stay. In fact, in here is an even bigger one, so we'll clear that one out as well so we can enjoy them during the winter months. And what's happened is that because it was so densely crowded out by all that Crocosmia, that side of the vegetation's all gone. So I'm going to just take it all off, tidy it all up, and then it'll start to open up when it gets a little bit warmer. It won't be very far. Yeah, those will make the fronds. They'll come up, they'll open rather like a, sometimes they call them crow's ears because they look a bit like a bishop's crook thing. And they'll come up and they'll open out to those like that later on. What you will find, of course, as you go around here is that under all this stuff are a few weeds which have got away during the summer. So there's a good chance to get them up. This is a bit of a fireweed coming up here, so let's tidy all that up, get that out of the way. I rather like the moss. I'm leaving the moss because I think it's rather good. It smothers other weeds and it's very attractive native species. This is what was the Elithidora. it's now, it's just not, it was looking very good for a while. But when the other plants get too big, they smother it, and so it just couldn't take it. So try and find something nice to go in there in the spring. Right, go back to the cutting back.
Well, that's all for today, folks. Thanks very much for joining us here in our Somerset garden. We do hope you enjoyed that. If you did, do consider following us by pushing the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the all-important notification bell. It just lets you know every time we upload a new video. Until next time.